Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? It's me, Dakota Fishman, and today I'm just going to give you some advice as far as mixed rallies are concerned and how I think people probably ought to be dealing with them. And then this is really based on what I've learned so far, which is that I'm about 517 mil. If you want to know my core might, all right, just take 383 minus 517, which means I'm around 130 million core might, okay? Now, as far as trapping is concerned, I just feel like right now mixed rallies are kind of be really dependent on what you're getting hit with. If you're getting hit 424, you can go range, and then if it's an 866, you go infantry, right? And that's phalanx wise, mind you, not wedges. I'm not saying you can't do wedges; it just doesn't seem to work as well. And that's the basis of what I've come to discover myself, even, and it makes sense, right? But a large part of what I think is the problem, and it's really where I think I'm investing my time in, okay, is I'm actually going to start increasing the HP in my account. Right now, I'm around 180, 190, 212. Okay, you can be 4 or 500 in this bracket and it's fine, but I think you get a diminishing return once you go past 600%. I genuinely believe the only way we're going to be able to counteract with a lot of these titans that are maxed out in artifacts and maxed out in like mythic tempered champion gear is that the only way to compensate is we've got to work on our artifacts and we've got to be able to boost our HP. We've got to be looking for ways to get into HP as much as we possibly can. And that can be through a number of ways. I mean, honestly, the one thing that I can tell you is that if you go down the artifacts route, invest your time wisely. If anything, upgrade your golden pieces, do enhancements on the purple and blue pieces, and focus down the ones that are giving HP. Because it's not really that hard. You can go after the ones that have attack if you want to. And if you focus down, I think the artifact, the artifact call, if anything, is I think where 90% of all the gains are going to be made. But that's how you level the playing field, I think. Now, beyond that, it's like, really all you can really about all you can do at this point really beyond that is to work on your gear, and it's kind of a fun subject to think about because a lot of the time when I look at my gear, what do I see? Well, I see that I don't have tempered pieces, and tempered pieces would make a difference. So I think investing in astrolite, investing into maybe even some chant pieces is almost really kind of the only way to go. What I don't agree with, and this is what I think a lot of people are doing now, is they're looking to research as the answer. I don't look for things that add core might. I hate doing that. I'd be more jumpy on gear or jumpy on artifacts than I would be research. And I don't see a point in going too far in, getting like more stat bonuses within the academy for like debuffs and stuff. I don't see a point. Maybe there's something that people know that I don't, but I don't see in really much of a gain. When you're at 8 or 900 million might, you've already turned yourself into a big ass account. I'm not saying you won't get rallied at that might because you absolutely can. There are people that get rallied at 900 to a billion might, and we do it casually in my own kingdom. Okay, but I point this out because I feel like if you're wanting to be successful at this, I think fundamentally your HP is actually going to make a bigger difference long term. And I really do feel like that's the direction that you've got to go in if you want to be able to deal with mixed rallies. Now, I think the rule still applies that you really shouldn't worry too much about them. If anything, focus down the better half of the blasts, if anything, which is to say that you need to pay very goddamn close attention to your formations a lot sooner than you do your gear, which means that, I've actually kind of, how do you say, I'm of the mythos now that the reason why I'm using an emulator, and I don't give a damn if this is right or wrong, okay? I'm pressing 1 and I'm going to swap gear. I'm going to press 2 and I'm going to swap back to my other gear. And you know why? Because I've set up macros, so I can just press a goddamn number and change like that. And guess what? You can do that also for, I don't know, formations. 4 for infantry, 5 for range, 6 for cavalry, 7 for phalanx, and 8 for range phalanx. Oh, and then by the way, yeah, if I need to random, I just press 9 and I'll random out. You know how I do that? I actually go to bag, click down here, and then I know every time I click on that and click on use, I know that is going to be there every goddamn time. Now, I don't care if that's frowned upon because it's gotten to that point. If you're going to trap in this game, you got to take every advantage you can get. And doing it manually compared to a macro is life-saving, okay? I kid you not, that is a 4-second timer that I've got it down to. So as soon as I press that button, within 4 freaking seconds, I will have that swapped. That is a huge, massive time saving. Now, if you're wondering how do you make a macro, how do you go into this, blah, blah, blah. Okay, first things first, you get BlueStacks or Nox. Okay, I don't give a damn what emulator you use. The one that has a macro is all you really need. The second thing is natural. Okay, which is to say that you need to be running on a PC. If you try doing a macro on your phone, screw that shit. Okay, I'm not a fan of that. You can try it, but I wouldn't bother. That's a waste of time, in my opinion. The only thing that really matters fundamentally here is that you need to be able to swap quickly. And I think it doesn't really, if anything, it's not a cheese. It doesn't break the game. It's not a form of exploit, in my opinion. So maybe my interpretation is wrong, but unless IGG can really give me a valid excuse as to why I can't do it, and they've allowed bots and a lot of other shit happen in the past, I really don't see why this is a problem. So that is my suggestion if you want my overall review of trapping nowadays. Now, that isn't to say that you can't go about it any other way, but that's what I recommend doing. And it's working well for me. So that is all I have to say today, but hopefully it helps you out if you're building a trap or you're working on one. And if anything, I would say that most, if all my time nowadays spent is actually rebuilding my troops. Because, yeah, even though I'll take a couple mil on reports you'll see in my videos, I'm only losing maybe 1.5 mil or so T2, and that's after 8 rallies. That's really not that bad. I think if anything, if I can increase my HP, rank that up to 600%, no problem. We'll start walking through these guys all over again. But that's my plan. That's what I'm doing. If you have an opinion on this or think that there's a better way, I am all ears in the comment section. Because if anything, I'm just looking to improve, and I'm just sharing what I know is working and what I think is the way to go forward. But if anything, I'm all ears. See you guys to the next video, and thanks for stopping by.